Exploring Ukraine's determined efforts to break Russia's influence in Africa, a prolonged struggle unfolds. Ukraine promises a long battle against Russia's grip on Africa. Ukraine Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said that Ukraine will make long-term efforts to deepen ties with African countries as it seeks to counter Russia's influence on the continent. Moscow has long-standing partnerships with several African countries but stepped up efforts to cement ties on the continent since becoming isolated from the West over its invasion of Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin hailed new levels of cooperation, hosting more than a dozen African leaders, including South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, at a summit in St. Petersburg last month. Kuleba said, "We are starting from scratch in Africa. This continent needs systematic and long-term work. It's not something that happens overnight. Ukrainian forces will liberate all Russian-occupied territory regardless of the timeframe, and pressed Western allies for sustained military assistance while brushing off concerns over their slow counteroffensive." Kuleba said that their strategy is not to replace Russia but to free Africa from Russia's grip. This was in contrast to Russia's approach. Kremlin's most powerful exports to the region were fighters from the Wagner mercenary group and propaganda. He said, "Russia is trying very hard to keep countries in its orbit through coercion, bribery and fear. Russia has two tools for its work in Africa. The most powerful ones are propaganda and Wagner." Putin's publicly voiced concerns about food security in Africa are baseless, given Moscow's exit from the Black Sea grain deal last month. The accord was brokered last year by Turkey and the United Nations, and allowed 33 million tons of grain to leave Ukrainian ports. People in Africa saw that all of Putin's stories about how he cares about African countries are lies. He described Ukrainian farmers and people in Africa depending on bread availability as the main victims of Moscow's decision to end safe passage for cargo ships to and from Ukraine's ports. "Our goal is victory. Putin solves his own problems at the expense of Africans and Ukrainians." Some 18 months into the Kremlin's campaign to topple the Ukrainian government and bring the country into Moscow's fold, Ukraine launched a long-awaited counteroffensive this summer after stockpiling Western weapons. Kyiv acknowledged tough battles as it struggles to break through heavily fortified Russian positions. But Ukraine is not under pressure from its Western allies to make faster gains. It's easy to say that you want everything to be faster when you are not there. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu this week said Ukraine's military resources were almost exhausted, despite receiving Western arms deliveries. Kuleba said Ukraine will need a steady supply of Western arms until its military has routed Russian forces from all occupied territory. "The truth is that until we have won, we need more. We need to move forward, because war is a reality, and in this reality, we need to win. There is no other way." Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.